When we look at the history of America, it is a series and a cycle of civil rights movement. We need an organization that is going to be there fighting the rising tide of Islamophobia in a systematic way.
Congress shall make no law respecting an establishment of religion, or prohibiting the free exercise thereof, or abridging the freedom of speech, or of the press, or the right of the people peaceably to assemble, and to petition the government for a redress of grievances.
These words, the first of 10 amendments to the United States Constitution and the foundation of our Bill of Rights, serve as a touchstone for CAIR staff nationwide as we serve the community and nation by defending civil liberties and promoting justice and mutual understanding.
It's our faith and freedom that sustains our work. Only a nation that preserves those freedoms can sustain the test of time. For 20 years, CAIR has been on the forefront of protecting the Constitution from those who would attempt to pervert it for their own personal or political reasons.
We have a problem of Islamophobia nationwide, a problem that manifests itself in attacks on American mosques and Islamic institutions, in discrimination against Muslims in the workplace and schools, and in the creation of an increasingly hostile atmosphere in which Muslims will raise their families.
Last Saturday, the Islamic School of San Diego received 3 threatening voicemails from an anonymous woman. One of them was an expletive-filled message about throwing a bomb at the school. The San Diego chapter of the Council on American Islamic Relations reported the incident to the FBI and police.
Threatens to kill people during one of the prayers, early morning prayers. He's arrested. That came after almost 3 months of threats to the school of bombing.
And then he walked back and he told him, you terrorist rats.
You can see the man then walks over to the pamphlets on the wall and starts to leave, but not before the imam says he starts yelling obscenities and threatening everyone.
To protect Islamic institutions from the inevitable result of this hate campaign, CAIR distributed new safety guidelines to mosques and other institutions, and we do score victories in the struggle for public opinion. CAIR convinced the Associated Press, the world's leading news service, to discourage reporters from using biased terms like Islamist to describe ordinary Muslims.
The Council on American Islamic Relations, or CAIR, released what they are calling a groundbreaking report aimed at monitoring and combating prejudices against Muslims. The 148-page report is titled Legislating Fear, Islamophobia and Its Impact in the United States, 2011 to 2012. It highlights a rating system given to fear towards Muslims. In 2010, it was 6.4 on a scale of 1 to 10. This year, it is down to 5.9. The report also investigated groups dedicated to promoting equality for the Islamic community.
There has been 37 groups dedicated to spreading anti-Islamic prejudice in America, and they enjoy $119 million in revenue.
It also focuses on the 78 bills or amendments introduced in 29 states during the last 2 years designed to vilify Islamic religious practices as they see it. CAIR is the nation's largest Muslim civil rights and advocacy organization.
In this country, religion is not an object of suspicion. The only way we make sure that it remains that way is to push back against such things. So by pushing back against Islamophobia, we're pushing back against the same prejudice that has plagued our country and targeted other communities in the past.
Surveys show that almost half of American Muslims say they have experienced some kind of racial or religious discrimination.
CAIR's research shows that there are 37 groups in the United States right now whose full-time job is to promote anti-Muslim prejudice. There are an additional 32 groups whose anti-Muslim prejudice is part of what they do, but it's not their full-time job. And when you look at those 37 groups who are fully focused on anti-Muslim prejudice, CAIR found $119 million went into their coffers over a 4-year period.
CAIR is assisting a number of Muslim citizens who are barred from their own country by being placed on the no-fly list while overseas.
Muslim Americans stranded overseas after being placed on the no-fly list.
20-year-old San Diegan Ali Ahmed was trying to fly to Kenya last week to meet his father and fiancé for an arranged marriage, but was diverted instead to Bahrain.
When individual Muslims are targeted by bias-motivated violence, CAIR defends their right.
Every day, CAIR hears from American Muslims, often at low points in their life, when they've been fired from a job because of their faith, they've been detained at the border, stranded abroad because of a secret government watch list, and other issues that affect their lives.
To enhance understanding of Islam's holy text, CAIR is distributing tens of thousands of copies of the Quran to fellow Americans so they can read for themselves what it really says. And the feedback is phenomenal, again proving research results showing that when knowledge of Islam goes up, prejudice goes down.
And this is where CAIR California gathers the potential leaders of their community and teaches them how to give back to their masjids and their youth groups and society. This program teaches us that we live in a country and that it is our right to be able to get involved in the country and to be able to get involved in the government and the legislature of the country, because we make it up, and it's our duty to put our vote and our rights in there. MYLP not only teaches you how to pass the bill and how to go through that whole process in the Capitol, but it also strengthens your iman and strengthens your sister and brotherhood in Islam.
It teaches the youth to lead, and it helps us to become leaders in our community and helps our community grow.
All of these issues were taken to elected officials during hundreds of visits by CAIR national and chapter representatives. CAIR helps mobilize voters nationwide through Muslim lobbying days in state capitals. Muslim youth are mobilized through CAIR-sponsored leadership programs and workshops addressing issues such as bullying. And our nation's political leaders also recognize what CAIR has been able to accomplish and have shown their support.
The Muslim community, we are blessed, alhamdulillah, with so many different organizations, and each one of them specializing in their own area. But the only organization that exists today fighting for the civil rights and civil liberties of American Muslims is the Council on American Islamic Relations.
Through its ongoing initiatives, CAIR is advancing the long-term interests of American Muslims and of all Americans.
Whether it's workplace discrimination issues, border profiling, bullying of Muslim children in schools, CAIR's national office and chapters are defending your rights and strengthening your voice in the community.
CAIR is unique in the way it helps American Muslims. If any Muslim anywhere in the country suffers discrimination, they call one organization, and that is CAIR. We provide free professional legal services to any Muslim in this country.
I'm asking each and every one of you to do what you can, that our faith is averaged on the instant. The temperature of this planet is averaged on the instant. And so it is not a question of what you did before, but what have you done for Islam lately. And CAIR is leading that charge.